Right, we are going to make today a chicken curry. As you can see, this is a packet of chicken breasts. It says breast large. Now, being the type of guy I am, I'm just going to have 2 of these because 2 large breasts are enough for any man. I've got a couple of onions, 5 little potatoes. I'm going to use a jar of Rogan Josh, which is a mild curry. I often just use curry powder and do that from scratch, but this is a great little curry. I'm going to put some garlic in there and obviously some mushrooms. So first of all, I'm going to show you the big pot it's going in. This is an enamel lined pot, and I will dice up the onions now and the potatoes. So I'll be back, and when I go like that, they'll be done. Alright, so there you go. Onions are diced coarsely, not finely. Same with the 4 or 5 potatoes I cut up. Mushrooms just cut up little chunks. They're all going to melt down a little bit. There's the chicken. So what I'm going to do now is turn the pot on. Again, it's that big enamel base, and I'm going to put in there some olive oil. If you have a look in the pan, it's going to be a bit because I'm going to fry off some of these vegetables. So oil goes in first. I'm going to put in these onions and potatoes. Even though it's a curry, you could put everything in one big hit and it would do, but I like to give them a little bit of colour, semi-cook them through. You're hearing it starting to sizzle about now. You could add carrots, you could add whatever vegetables you like. You don't even need chicken. You could just have a mushroom curry if you want to, if you're a vegetarian. Curry is whatever you make it. Like I say, I'm using this Rogan Josh, which is a mild curry. A lot of people don't like hot curries. I also will, if I think it's necessary, add a bit of my own curry powder just to boost it up a bit. I'm also going to add in some of these dried onions or dried shallots. They're beautiful, along with a little bit of parsley and some black pepper. So let's get the big spoon out. Give this a stir, and what I will do is I'll let this go for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll start adding some other ingredients. So we'll be right back. Alright, let's spread it down a little bit. So like I say, they're not all cooked through. What I am going to add now is the mushrooms. I'm going to add probably a couple of teaspoons of this garlic, which is probably equivalent to about 3 or 4, maybe a bit more, 3 or 4 good sized cloves of garlic. At this stage, I'm also going to add some black pepper. This is cracked black pepper, not too much, just a bit. And I'll also add this jar of Rogan Josh. There's a little bit left in the jar, so I'll put a bit of water in that. I'm sure you all do this, where you add a bit of water to your jars and put the lid back on and get the last bit out of it. That's going in. Now let's give this a little bit of a stir. You can see the colour that it takes on. The Rogan Josh. Now I am now going to add just a little bit more water, because we've got to the point now that we've done what we wanted to do with the onions and potatoes. We've added the flavours, some garlic and some curry paste, and now if you have a look in there you'll see there's just enough moisture to nearly come up to. Actually, if you come around this way you'll find you're not going to be in the light. Make it a bit easier for yourself. There you go. You see that the actual, I put a little bit of water in there, but there's water coming off the potatoes, even the onions, and even the mushrooms. So I'm going to bring this up to just a slight boil, and then I'm going to simmer it. And as soon as it gets to that point, in about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to add the raw chicken into the curry, and you'll see that that will also braise itself through there, and we'll end up with a nice, delicious chicken curry. So come back in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll be there. Alright, that's been simmering for a while now. a lot of the juices that come out of the potatoes, the onions and the mushrooms. I'm now going to add some coconut milk, which you all know what coconut milk is. A little bit of stir, gives it a nice silky sweet coconut flavouring. And now we're going to put in these chicken breasts. They're all cut up into bite-sized pieces, and yes, it's raw chicken going into this mix. I actually learned how to make curry off an Indian, and they often make exactly what I did, and that's a broth of vegetables, curry, coconut milk, and then you simmer it for, well, it doesn't really matter, but at least up to about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll see how that goes. As you can see in there, there's all the chicken, potatoes, onions, mushrooms, and we'll be having this with some rice later. So I don't know if many of you have made curries, particularly in Canada or United States. I imagine curries are quite popular in Canada, but I'm not sure in the USA. Absolutely delicious. So we're now going to let this simmer, like I say, for about 45 minutes. It'll just simmer away. I'll come back 2 or 3 times, give it a gentle stir, and then in about 45 minutes to an hour we'll taste it. And if we need to, you can add things like raw sugar. Actually, I wanted to show you that. This is our cute little sugar container that we have for our coffees and teas. I'll try and show you the difference between normal teaspoon, which is that one, and the one we use. That is the difference. That's a normal teaspoon that everyone uses. This is the little dinky one my wife found. And normally my wife will have about that much sugar in a coffee or a tea, and I have a full one. So, but that's the raw sugar. That's, if I think this needs a little bit of sweetness through there, I'll be putting a bit of raw sugar in there to add that sweetness. But let's see how we go. So we'll be back shortly. Alright, this has been cooking for about an hour and 15 minutes because it's all cooked through. It's absolutely delicious. What I did in the last 10 minutes, I added about a tablespoon of corn flour, which I mixed up in water first, so it was like a paste. So it just thickened it up a little bit. Sometimes you'll cook a curry and you won't need to do that, but I thought I'd just make this a little bit thicker. I did add a bit of parsley, some of those dried shallots, and a little bit of my curry powder in there too, but we'll dish up that in an hour. Like I say, if you've never tried curry before, be it fish, chicken, beef, whatever you like, certainly give it a go. It is delicious. I've already tasted it. So what we'll do now is we'll put a bit of sour cream on these, just as an extra little flavour. And with mine, I think that's mine?
Yes.
Not sure. I like to add a little bit of hot chili sauce. Now you can do loads of things with this. With curry you could add things even like raisins. You can put a bit of pineapple in at the end if you like. It's entirely up to you. This is a sweet chicken and mushroom curry, and we're going to enjoy it. So if you have been, thank you for watching. And we have enough leftovers for 4 more meals. We enjoyed it.